Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness. Coming at you on what's the date today? April 13th. I don't even know the date. Yeah, sorry about that. April 13th. Talking about market stats here in the Phoenix metro area. And, the number one question that I'm getting most frequently is, or comment is about house values. And, a lot of people expecting to see a drop in house values. Obviously, a lot of people anticipating a recession. And in everyone's mind, the word recession equals housing crisis because of what we went through in 2008. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And as I've promised, plan to continue to deliver honest information about what we're seeing in the market so far, but also hopefully dispel some myths and rumors because I got to tell you, so far, based on what we're seeing and based on all the data, we really do not expect to see a drop in home values overall, at least not in a real impactful way. Certainly nothing like 2008, where we saw a massive 50% drop in average home prices. But let's start with the month supply of inventory, because that is still going up. Right now, we have 14,476 active listings in Arizona. We were under 11,000 before all of this started. So we've seen an increase over the past month of almost around 3,000 additional active listings on the market. However, there's almost 10,000 listings right now that are pending, 9,766. And then in the past 30 days, now keep in mind, we're April 13th. So, 30 days ago was what, March 14th or something like that. We've had 7,560 listings close. Now that is lower than we would normally see. It is a drop of, probably 15% in the number of closings we would normally expect to have over that 30-day period in a typical year. So we are seeing fewer home sales happen. Month supply of inventory right now is at a 1.91. We were as low as about 1.3. So that month supply of inventory is still going up. But keep in mind, we can be in the month supply of inventory of 3 and 4, all the way up to probably almost 5 before we even start to talk about transitioning into a buyer's market where we would expect to see home values falling. And in my opinion, 7,500 homes closing, that's still quite a few homes to sell, considering the lockdown and considering everything that we've had going on in the past 30 days. I mean, we are a good, 30 days into, I don't know, I guess we can call it the widespread fear and panic that we've been having across the country. Because, I mean, obviously, early March, we knew about it, but things weren't shutting down yet. And a month supply of inventory of 1.91, historically speaking, is still ridiculously low. Now, here's an interesting fact. So right now, 14,476 active listings. Last Monday, so 7 days ago, there were 14,161 active listings. So we have seen an increase of 315. So there's 315 more listings available today as there were last Monday. But here's the piece of that that's really fascinating to me. The Monday before that, so 2 weeks ago, there were 13,311 active listings. So from 2 weeks ago to 1 week ago, there was a gain of 850 listings. In other words, the pace at which inventory is rising is already coming dramatically slowing. We only gained an additional 300 listings this week, as opposed to the week before that, where we gained almost 900 additional listings. So I don't know if that's because fewer people are choosing to put their home on the market at this time. Maybe it has something to do with Easter, or maybe it just has to do with the fact that a lot of people don't. We still have a major inventory shortage. The fact that less homes are selling, that just means that, people are putting off, a lot of people are putting off their home search or their home buying. But a lot of people are staying in their homes. It's not like we're suddenly seeing a big spike in foreclosures or anything like that. In fact, we're not anticipating a spike in foreclosures because of this, because of all of the forbearance options and things like that that are being offered by the government and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and that kind of thing. Now, the news, how the news likes to talk about mostly negative stuff. And so I would be surprised if you don't start to hear more from them about how, as a whole, if you take a look at all the homes that have sold in Phoenix over the last 30 days, the average price per foot dropped by like 30 cents. So we've seen a drop in, average price per foot by about 30 cents. And so I think we're probably going to start to see this big, oh my gosh, the sky is falling type of information. But the thing that I would point out about that is the market that's being hit the hardest right now is the luxury market. High-end homes are not selling very much right now. Very few of them are selling because it is very difficult to get jumbo financing right now. I've talked about this a little bit on previous episodes, but luxury financing, jumbo loans, bigger loans, unless you're a very, very A paper. A lot of people aren't doing those loans. And even if they are doing them, you might not have enough assets for them to do the loan. We've seen that. You could have great credit score and a huge down payment, but suddenly your investment portfolio is worth way less than it used to be. And so your assets aren't what they want to see. So the number of closings happening in the luxury market has dropped by, I don't know, more than 50%. And so that is why the average price per foot dipped ever so slightly. We're seeing less luxury homes close, but the lower end, the stuff in the 2s, 3s, 4s, is still selling and still selling like crazy. And to kind of make my point on that, I wanted to take you through the numbers in Santan Valley, because we work a lot in Santan Valley. We have a lot of past clients in Santan Valley, and the price point is perfect for what I'm talking about. So right now in Santan Valley, under 400,000, there are 198 active listings. I chose under 400,000 because I didn't want to include, they have their little bit of a luxury market, homes on acreage, and sometimes some homes that are 5, 6, 700,000. Even occasionally, I've seen some $1 million homes. So I didn't want luxury to skew our numbers here. So 198 active listings. 282 pending. So they have way more homes under contract right now than they have even available. 161 that have closed in the last 30 days for a month supply of inventory of only 1.23. So, way more competitive. And the fascinating part is of all the listings that have sold in the past 30 days, they sold for only $700 below the asking price on average, less than 0.5% below the asking price. Average days on market is only 36 days. The average sales price of those homes was $266,000 with an average price per foot of $140. So if anything, we're seeing the market there. I mean, again, fewer sales are happening, true, but home values, if anything, are still rising. And so, again, based on the data we're seeing so far, we are still not expecting a drop in home values. Yes, the luxury market's getting hammered right now, but even there, I don't expect to see a drop in home values because a lot of those people can afford to be patient and wait it out. And the vast majority of sellers and clients that you're talking to, if you own a home, a lot of those people are saying, you know what, let's wait till all this settles down. We're not desperate. We're not going to slash our prices by, tens of thousands of dollars so we can sell now. We're going to wait it out. Hopefully in a month or two, things get back to normal and then we'll sell. So, unless this drags out, I realize, unemployment is an issue and there's some underlying economic impacts here, but a lot of really cool data that I'm seeing so far helping me feel optimistic that we are starting to flatten the curve. We are starting to see a decrease in the number of daily cases and the number of people being admitted into the hospitals. And I'm seeing a lot of optimistic news out there. So I am remaining optimistic about the housing market, remaining optimistic that we are turning the corner and that we're going to be out of this here. And I don't want to put a date, but a month or two, and things are going to get right back to normal. Well, normal. Who knows if we'll ever shake hands again? You know what I mean? We're going to get back to selling lots of houses and moving real estate, in the housing market in our area is going to be just fine. So I'll keep on bringing these episodes to you. And if I feel the data changes and suddenly I change my tune, I will absolutely let you know. My goal is to be honest with you. But again, based on what I'm seeing right now, I don't think we're going to see a drop in house values. So we'll see what happens and I'll keep you updated. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.